If you're joining me for the first time, welcome to my channel. If you've seen a few of my videos already, welcome back. This week I'm going to continue busting my stash of older papers and embellishments from my DIY kit. For a page that got thrown together at the last minute, I really like how this one turned out. The sketch is a doodle that I did about 2 minutes before I started filming. I probably got inspired by a sketch that I'd seen somewhere, maybe on Pinterest or something, I don't know. Or maybe by a layout that I saw somewhere, and probably more than one, so I'm not real sure where I got the idea from, but I like how this one turned out. Most of the time when I mount my background page, I like to leave about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. This time, because my largest circle die is still kind of on the small side, that extra 1/2 inch would have made it look like the layout was just floating there on the page a bit too much. So I trimmed the background sheet, which is from Pink Paisley's memorandum collection, to a 7x7 instead of 7.5x7.5. The idea for this layout was to build on a pair of concentric circles. The various intersection points on the layout would provide anchor points for my embellishment clusters. So where the bottom photo met the circles, where the left photo met the circles, and where the two photos overlap, those become my anchor points for my embellishments. This layout can be scaled up to a 12x12 layout, but as normal, I'm working on an 8x8 page. I like the 8x8 format because it's the same scale as 12x12, that 1-to-1 ratio, but it's less than half the size and takes up less room. Space is kind of at a premium for me, so smaller footprints are definitely better. These photos are from a trip that my husband, our daughter, and I took to Inks Lake State Park, which is over by Mineral Wells in the Texas Hill Country. Even though I'm a native of East Texas, I think Inks Lake and the area around it is probably some of the prettiest country I've ever seen. Anyhow, this was just a quick day hike, or a day trip for us with a brief hike. When I was originally planning this layout, I thought the floral paper would be the top circle, and then I noticed the white ledger lines on the darker paper, and I figured they would be perfect for journaling, so I switched it up. The top paper is from the Prima Marketing Nature's Garden collection, I think. I don't think it's available. If it is, I'll link it in the description, but the collection is like 6 years old. I decided to double mount the photos because I wanted to give them some weight, and if I mounted them directly on a darker paper, they would kind of blend into that darker paper. The photos have a lot of color, they're pretty saturated, and they just would have blended right into a darker paper. So I mounted them on a white paper first, but I couldn't put the white paper on top of a lighter background because then the mounting paper would have blended right in. So after mounting them on the white cardstock, I mounted them on a darker navy paper that's not even cardstock, it's actually just patterned paper. know I want to use this sentiment, "Live Your Dream," as the title of the layout, but this big cut apart block is just too much. It's too long, it takes up too much space, it's too visually heavy. It wouldn't matter where I put it on the page, it would throw the whole page out of balance. So I went ahead and pulled out my trusty scissors and decided to fussy cut out the words. I left plenty of space around the words so that the dark, it's almost a royal blue, has a presence on the page and helps kind of tie everything together. I'm not sure I explained that well enough, but the color is close enough to the paper that I mounted the photographs to that it just helps make the title feel connected to the rest of the page. I need to talk about this little butterfly for a little bit. It came in a pack of butterflies from Prima Marketing that I found at Tuesday morning about a year ago, and what I love about these butterflies is that they're made out of some kind of rigid fabric, and it's so easy to change the color. All you do is just spray them whatever color you want, and presto changeo, you have a butterfly that matches your layout. In this case, I used Heidi Swapp Color Shine Navy. I did dither around a bit on the embellishments. That's my 50-cent vocabulary word for the day. I edited that part out It might be interesting to see me struggle with what else to add. I don't know. I actually felt bored watching it when I was doing the editing, and it's my layout, and I felt bored watching it. So I can't imagine too many people would find it interesting. I didn't dither with it too long before finding these other little sentiments to add. Getting them all placed turned out to be a challenge. I had to peel up some things that were already glued down, but it all worked out. Now I've got this big baggie of blue bling. Try saying that 3 times fast. Okay, it's sequins. I was feeling kind of picky about the colors of the sequins, so I actually went through and picked out individual sequins by hand. I don't usually do that, but I had a really strong preference for a baby blue and a kind of faded denim color. So yeah, hand picking sequins. So a couple of splatters of that navy color shine again and some Keyline Tonic Nouveau drops, and this layout is done. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell, as they say. If you would like to learn more about this layout, don't forget to hit up the blog post. There's a link in the description below.